Hello, YouTube family. On today, I want to speak a word of encouragement to all of the single moms who will come across this video. If you are in a situation, if you are facing challenges in 2024 and you say, you know what, I am ready to break through these challenges. I have goals that I want to accomplish. I have a vision that I want to fulfill. I want you to stick around because I am going to share my personal testimony with you. And then I am going to give you some tips that you can use and apply to your life in 2024 to create the best year for you and your family. Stick around. God bless you and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to the Inspiration Nation. Thank you so much for being here. If you are back for the second, the third, or the fourth time, I appreciate you and I thank you for your support. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Dr. Erica Wyatt. I am a Christian educator, a growth strategist, and a consultant. Now, on today, I want to kind of strip away the doctor title. I want to strip away all of the external things, and I want to get to the core of who I am. One thing I realized and I thought about, I said, you know what, Erica, you do not share a lot of your personal story in one sitting, right? I share it in bits and pieces here and there on my blog, on a Facebook post, right here and there. I share it with different people, but I want to put it in one place, right? I want this to be a place where you can come back time and time again for a word of encouragement. If you are feeling down, if you're feeling like, you know what, this single mom thing is just a little too much for me, believe me, I have been there, and I want to share some of my personal story with you today. So I became a single mom at the age of 18 years old. So I was a teenage mom. And during that season of my life, I was clueless. Do you hear me? I was clueless about what being a mother was all about. I was clueless about even who I was as a person. I had dreams and goals, but I did not know the depth of who it was that God was calling me to be. And so when I had my first child, some of my dreams, it seemed as if, you know what, maybe they're going to go down the drain. Maybe I'm not going to be able to really fulfill these big, huge dreams that I have had for myself. And so it took me a while, right, to really come into the reality of, okay, Erica, you are about to be a teenage mom and you're going to have to shift a little bit. You're going to have to make some changes in your life in order for you to welcome a child into your life, right? So I continued high school, graduated from high school. Thank God for my mother and my father because they were willing, right, to take care of my first daughter while I went off to college. And so my parents had always told me, go to school. They did not get a college degree. So they wanted me to be the first one in the family to get a college degree. And I was excited about that because I loved school. I love education. I love learning, and I still do. So thank God to my parents, I was able to go off to college for the first 2 years. Let me say this, right? I jacked it up, okay? I just, again, did not have a mindset of purpose. I did not know who I was. I was still free and fancy and just really wanted to do what Erica wanted to do. Not realizing, look, that God had a great call on my life. There was something that He wanted to fulfill in me. And I tell this story in my book, Shameless Plug, right? I tell this story in my first book, Striving to Live a Life of Purpose. My journey from teenage mom to PhD graduate, right? So we're going to get to that PhD graduate part of the story. But I want to, you can get this on Amazon if you want to grab a copy of this, and I will put the link for you to be able to grab a copy of this book in the description below. But I want to encourage you, right? If you have gotten off track, All right. If you are in a place where you feel lost and you really feel confused, like you're frustrated, you like, I know that there is greater in me, because I always knew that God had called me to greatness, right? I couldn't quite identify what it was, but I never felt normal. Okay. I never felt ordinary. Okay. I always felt like I stuck out like a sore thumb. I felt that there was just something different about me. The way that I thought, the way that I saw life, I just yearned for so much more. And so, fast forward, okay, I stayed in college for 2 years, was doing great in college, but emotionally and mentally, I was not there, right? My mind was not really focused on the goal. I was all into boys, I was all into men, trying to get in this relationship, that relationship, and not really focusing on the goal at hand. So there were many things that I experienced during my first 2 years in college that really challenged me emotionally, right? I experienced heartbreak, again, that I share in my book. I experienced a heartbreak that I really felt would just take me out, right? It was a betrayal that I had never experienced before, but it was something that I needed. I didn't know at the time that I would need that, because I would need to share my story with somebody like you, right? I would need to experience what it was like to be stabbed in the back, to be betrayed, to have my heart broken, so that I could encourage someone else at a different season of my life, like this season, that no matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through today, no matter who's broken your heart, who lied to you, who betrayed you, who misused you, guess what? You are still a woman of purpose, and God wants to do great things in your life. And so after those 2 years, I came home, ended up meeting my son's father, got married for the first time, okay? Not ordained by God, something that Erica wanted to do, because I felt like, you know what? I'm making all of these bad decisions. Let me try to make a decision that's going to right some of these wrongs, right? When at the end of the day, because it was not the will of God for my life, it wasn't something that righted any wrongs, right? Again, it just brought more challenges in my life. It caused me to experience even more situations that God never intended for me to experience. But yet and still, God is faithful, right? And God is graceful. And even when we get ourselves in a ton of mess, He is faithful to get us up out of that. And so again, I want to assure you on today that no matter the mistakes that you made, no matter the bad decisions, right? No matter the junk that you may find yourself in today, God is gracious and He can get you up out of that. And so fast forward, right? Had my son, was married, ended up getting a divorce, okay? And still going through life, really not understanding who I was. Joined the military, right? Trying to start over, create a new life, right? Wanted to say, you know what? I need a clean slate. I need to start with a new foundation. And again, the military was a great experience for me. Met many great people. It grew me up a lot, right? Caused me to be disciplined. Caused me, again, just to really begin to see life in a very different way. Again, fast forward, while I was in the military, I ended up meeting my second husband, okay? My second husband was an elder in the church. Now, this is the time of my life where God brought me back to Him. Because what I didn't share is that my parents raised us as Christians. My mom and my dad were believers, and they raised us as such. And so, of course, I strayed away from God. But thank God that in my 20s, right, 25 years old, He found a sister again and said, look, you got to come on back home, because I have purpose for you. I have things for you to do. And all of this stuff that you're getting yourself in, look, it is not in my plan. Again, it's going to help to shape your story, right? Because the Bible tells us that we overcome by our testimony and the blood of the Lamb. And so it's so important that we share our testimony with other people, that we show other people that God is able to do anything but fail, and that He loves us in spite of our challenges, in spite of our bad decisions, our just messing stuff up, right? He still loves us. And so I got married again, And I know that God used that situation to bring me into ministry, right? To cause me to begin to realize, oh my God, I am a woman of purpose. God has called me out. He has chosen me, right? Many are called, but few are chosen. He has chosen me to live a life that will give him glory. And not only that, again, a life that will be a testimony to other women that they can see, look, your girl been married and divorced twice, right? Single mom. I have 4 children, right? As a single mom. But at the end of the day, God has provided all of my needs according to his riches and glory. Yes, there has been times when a sister has struggled, right? But guess what? That birthed prayer on the inside of me. It caused me to be a woman that said, you know what? If I can't depend on anybody else, I can surely depend on God. And so with that, I want to share some tips, some things that I've learned, right? These are not just tips out of anywhere. These are things that I have learned over the years of my life, the things that I have been through. These are lessons. So I shouldn't even call them tips. These are life lessons that I have applied to my life, and I want to share with you on today. If you really need to be inspired, encouraged, uplifted, and empowered on today. So I have my little handy dandy notebook here, and I want to share some of these life lessons with you. Number one, I want you to be intentional about transforming your mindset. For me, again, as a single mom, as somebody that had been in relationship after relationship, right? Failed relationship after failed relationship, I had to learn, guess what, Erica? You got to get your mind right, girl. You have to get your mind right, because the way that you are seeing things is not the way that things truly are. It's not the way that God intends for you to see them. So you need to begin to work on your mind. You have to be intentional about working on your mind and getting yourself in a place where you can embrace abundance, where you can embrace prosperity, where you can embrace healthy and happy relationships, where you can embrace being happy, right? Where you can embrace your joy and your peace. These are things that you deserve in your life. They're not just for the next person, they are for you too. And so I want you to be intentional about identifying the areas of your life that need to be shifted. Right? What areas of your life need to be shifted so that you can begin to experience the type of life that God wants you to live? Number two, I want you to surround yourself with people who are already where you want to be. Right? I want you to look around in your life and look at the people that you currently surround yourself with. Are those people who are on the same level as you? Or are those people that are constantly telling you, girl, you're dreaming too big, right? That's never going to become a reality. Are those people that you can look to and that you can truly share vision with, and who believe in you, that in spite of the fact that you're a single mom, in spite of the fact that you might have financial challenges, emotional challenges, mental challenges, health challenges, whatever challenges you are having in your life, are you surrounded by people who can speak into your situation and say, it won't always be like this, because I've been there, right? But God brought me out, right? I shifted my mindset. I worked on myself. I created a personal growth plan. Okay, you need to create a personal growth plan. How do you want to grow in 2024, right? What areas of your life do you want to see growth in? You have to be intentional and surround yourself with the right people. You may even need a mentor. You may need a coach. You may need somebody that can stand on the outside and look in, right? That can be neutral to your situation and be able to identify the gifts, the skills, the talents, the abilities that lie on the inside of you, and help you cultivate those and pull them out of you so you can create something beautiful in your life, because that is your portion vision, and you deserve to have a life that you can be proud of, that your children can be proud of, that will be a blessing to you, and that will create legacy for your children where they will be blessed for years to come. All right, number 3, I want you to create a vision for your life, right? Create a vision. Do you have a vision for your life? Do you have a plan for your life? When you look at your life, do you know where you're going? Do you know where you want to go? You may not have the full picture, but you've taken the time to sit down and visualize what you want your life to look like. What do you want to drive? What type of car do you want to drive? What type of house do you want to live in? What type of schools do you want your children to go to, right? What type of career do you want to have? What type of relationship do you want to be in? What do you want your life to look like on a daily basis, right? Who do you want to bless, right? Who do you want to be a blessing to with the gifts and the talents that are on the inside of you? You need a vision for your life. And then not only that, you need to take time every day to visualize what it is that you see. The Bible tells us that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You may not be able to currently see where you want to be, but if you close your eyes, right? Close your eyes on a daily basis and just go to that place. Give yourself permission to live in that place for 15, 30, 45 minutes, however long you desire, because if you cannot see it before it manifests, guess what? It will never become your reality. Number 4, I want you to be ready to make some sacrifices. Because if you want your life to be different, you can't do the same thing that you did. If you want 2024 to be different, you cannot do the same thing that you did in 2023. You have to be ready to make some sacrifices. You need to plan for sacrifices. You need to say, you know what? I can't go out with y'all today, this weekend. I got some stuff I got to work on. I got some books I need to read. I have some writing I need to do. You got a book that's on the inside of you? Guess what? You need to be intentional, make sacrifices so that you can get that book written, right? You got programs you want to create. You have, again, people you want to bless. You have videos that you want to make. Okay, you need to sit down and say, count up the cost. What is it going to cost you? Is it going to cost you some TV time? Is it going to cost you some social media time? Is it going to cost you, again, some time going out, having a good time? Whatever it is, be ready to make those sacrifices so you can see the fruit that you desire to see in your own life. If you want to go back to school, count up the cost. You're going to have to make sacrifices to study, right? To so that you can do well, right, in your education, because you can do it. Again, I got my PhD as a single mom of 4 children. Listen, sister, it was not easy. I had to make tons of sacrifices. I had to put signs on my door that said, do not disturb. If the house is not burning down, don't knock on that door, because I have things I have to do, right? I have examples that I have to set for my children so that they know that they can do whatever they put their mind to and that they're willing to make sacrifices for. And number 5, the one that I love the most, I want you to get rid of all of your excuses. Whatever excuses you have on today that you had in 2023, don't carry those excuses into 2024. Okay, you're a single mom. I'm a single mom. But guess what? You can do it, right? You can do it with children. You can do it by yourself, right? You have to be creative, right? You have to make sacrifices. You have to pray for divine connections. You have to pray for divine support so that God will send you people that truly believe in you, right? And that will help you and that will assist you and that will give you what it is that you need so that you can fulfill your purpose and your destiny. I want you to get rid of all excuses. Don't procrastinate in 2024, right? Speak to yourself. Erica, get it together. Right? Do what you need to do. Even for me, I have made a vow to myself that in 2024, I was going to show up on YouTube, right? I have people that I need to encourage, just like you on today. I have people that need to be inspired. I have people that need to know that guess what? God can bring them out of anything if they would just be willing to give themselves to the process. And that is what I am here to share with you on today. All of my single mothers, be encouraged. Be uplifted, be empowered, and know that no matter what you face, no matter the mistakes you have made, no matter the bad decisions you have made, no matter where you are on today, you can get up from that place, right? No longer make excuses. Be intentional about what you want to do. Surround yourself with the right people. Get the support that you need. Invest in yourself. Invest in your mind, in your spirit, in your heart, in your mental wellness, in your emotional wellness. Invest in yourself. Be selfish for once so that you can get the things that you know that you deserve and your children deserve. What is your why? Right? What is your why? What is the reason why you must do this? Right? You don't have a choice. If you connect your why to everything that you do, right, you will realize I don't have a choice. I have to do this. My children deserve this. I deserve this. So with no matter what come, what may, no matter what challenges I'm going to face in 2024, I am determined that I am going to be the woman that God has called me to be. And so, sisters, I want you to be blessed on today. I want you to be blessed. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to know that 2024 will be your year, right? If you remain focused, if you remain intentional, if you create a strategy right now to see the process through to the finish line. Don't give up on yourself. No matter who doesn't believe in you, believe in yourself first and foremost, and know that God's got your back. And the grace is there for you to do everything that God has designed specifically for your life. So until next time, I want you to be blessed. I love you, and God loves you.